So level one, traditionally one might have looked at something like a smile sheet. So you'd be asking people, was the coffee good? Are your seats comfortable? Could you hear what was being said? Was the room the right layout for the meeting? All of which are useful things to know about from a planning and logistics point of view, but are they really going to help you in terms of knowing whether the business objectives have been met? So what you can do at that level one stage is to ask questions like, did you feel that the event was important to their success? Was it conducted by effective speakers? Was it full of new information? Was it full of information that you feel you could act on? Was it motivating, challenging, an excellent use of your time? Now, if you ask people on a scale of 1 to 5 to rank those, then you're going to get a pretty good indication as to how they felt that event worked for them and the extent to which it met those key objectives. Now, what you do in terms of the evaluation there is to evaluate that on-site or immediately post the event through online evaluation surveys. And obviously you need to use all the techniques you can think of to make sure you get maximum response to what people are saying. The next level, level two, and this is very specific to each event, and this is where you really do need to challenge the event stakeholders to say, what do you really, really want your delegates to learn from this event? What do you actually want them to know that they didn't know before that they're going to take away with them into your business? So for example, and this is just picked up out at random here, identify the 5 steps of the business development strategy, develop a business development plan, explain the changes to key products, and identify the 5 most effective ways to turn a contact into a sale. Just some examples of what learning objectives might be. Now, every event, as I say, will have different learning objectives, but they will all be such that those objectives should be there, and if the stakeholders can't name what they are, then one should really, really push them until they actually come and name those. And if they need to go back into their organisation and challenge it, then they should do that. Again, the response to your delegates at the end of the event is to ask them on a scale of 1 to 5, the extent to which each one of those objectives is now something that they feel confident about, they have the knowledge about. And again, if you scored highly on that, you know that your speakers will have got their messages across, you know that the overall programme will have got the messages across, and the event is working very well to meet the objectives that have been set. Now, the evaluation can again be carried out on site or immediately post the event, but one of the things you might want to do here, which is a bit different, is carry out some evaluation about these issues before the event takes place. Now, the reason for that is that some of these areas might already have been covered through training or through internal sales meetings or other forms of communication. So if you can isolate out the effect of the event itself, then that is a good way to show the positive shifts in the actual learnings that the event itself has achieved. And that's a very good way of convincing people that the event has really helped in terms of moving the knowledge forward for people. So the next level, application, is all about the attendees, the delegates, taking those learnings and applying them into their organisations. Now here, again, you have to set bespoke objectives. So for example, it could be that they have to have implemented a business development plan, contacted at least 10% of the customer base, made a random customer service check, and used their selling skills to turn a contact into a sale. Now, all of those applications will lead to a financial benefit for the company and for the organisation. So you can see how the benefit of the event and the event taking place and the learnings are being applied into the business and starting to deliver financial results and benefits to the organisation. So again, you'd want to evaluate those on a scale of 1 to 5. And again, the higher the scores, the better the likelihood of somebody having applied that into the organisation. Now, the key thing here is that the evaluation is carried out 3 months or even 6 months after the event. So you're really testing people to see whether they've actually recognised what was discussed, what was communicated at the event, and whether they've actually applied it into their organisations. And again, if you get some strong feedback to that, you can feel very, very confident that your event has worked for the organisation and delivered against it.